We're here. I promise we're here. Oh, it's Friday. I love Fridays. I feel good. It's like, oh, I can do this all Friday long. Well, not all long, but for most of it. So, for today, you are back. I am so happy you're back. For today, how we doing, by the way? For today, I wanted to actually kind of have like a discussion, so to say. And so, about should you go freelance? Should you work a corporate job as a videographer slash freelancer? You know, instead of just me like, I don't know, just spitballing things and whatnot. I'm good, doing pretty solid. That is a good question. It's a hard question. I feel like, especially as a video producer, videographer, cinematographer, even just like a like an audio engineer, all that stuff. It's a hard question. It's a hard thing to decide what you should do. And maybe it'll just be me and you, Lord, having the discussion. Nobody else. I honestly feel like on Friday nights are not a good day for my channel to, one, post videos, and two, also do live streams. But I'm doing it anyways. I do what I want. I can't help it. I just feel like everybody's like out doing their thing, you know? They don't want to come into my stream and hang out with me. Pfft. I'm not that good looking. Probably the person they're out on they're on a date with is better looking than me. I would love to have a corporate job, mostly because I am young and having a consistent job would be nice, but I love wedding films, so it is hard. Exactly. The consistency and the security of a full-time job is super nice. But when it comes to like flexibility, not just in like your time, but also like what you can do with your videos, also is a big thing to decide. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a corporate job out there. Or hold on, I want to throw another one into the mix. Should you work a corporate job, not necessarily for like in a marketing department or something like that, but should you work for like a production company? So there's three different things in there. Going freelance, just totally freelance, you're your own business essentially. Working a production job for a production company, or like a corporate job. And I guess production for a production company could be a corporate job, but I think it's a little bit different just because I've done all three. Anyways, and then corporate job, yeah, in like the marketing department of somewhere. Friday nights are tough, but I love you so much. Who needs a girlfriend, right? You're a legend. You've been here for so long. You always come into my streams, always comment on my videos. I love it, man. Well, I appreciate you a lot. New video. Hopefully coming out Sunday. I want to say Sunday. I've already filmed myself talking to camera. I just need to shoot all the B-roll for it. So, it's going to be, believe it or not, 1 year review. Actually, it's over 1 year for me, but 1 year review of this guy right here. You see him? I haven't named my camera. Should I name him? I don't know. It's true though. Who needs a girlfriend? I don't need a girlfriend. I'm married. It's a bad example. No, being married is great, but even when I was like single, being like, like I wanted a girlfriend, but it was like, when I would have them, sometimes it was like, you know, with the right person, it's great. Anyways, why do we always get into dating when I do live streams? Why do we start talking about dating? I would honestly do productions just because I have never been on set. Moving my text screen. Never been on set. Lost my place. But freelance is hard, but really enjoyable if you get to shoot the videos you want. I got jokes. Hey, Divers Supply. Bob. I bet you'll be super surprised that I know your name now. Huh? Am I right? It's Bob, right? Not again. Oh, come on. Come on, man. Come on, Bob. Hey, guys, that's it. Bob here. Bob, man. Hey, I went and watched some of your videos. I love it, man. Absolutely love it. We're going to start talking about Divers Supply. We're going to start talking about diving, scuba gear now. Because we got Bob here. When Lord comes in, we just start talking about dating. Really, thanks much. Hey, no problem. Yeah, I told you I was gonna go check out your channel. I really try hard as a content creator to be supportive and to follow through with things that I say to you guys. Just so you know, these live streams might turn into just dating advice. Maybe I should just make another channel about dating. Shot a vid today on regulators. I've been scuba diving. I don't even know what that is. And your channel's awesome. Yeah, it's seriously awesome. And you found, like, I can tell you're passionate about it, but also, like, you found a need for, like, content there. I do appreciate it, really do. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Bob. So, I was kind of hoping more people would get in here before I start sharing my opinion on working for a production company, being freelance, and working a corporate job. Because yes, I've done all three. I haven't... Years-wise, I worked for a production company for 2 years, like in-house, but I did freelance for that same company for like 5 years. So you could say it was like 7 years there. And then I was freelance for about 2 years. And now I've also worked a corporate job for almost 2 years. 2 years in March. So I can tell you my thoughts and opinions on all of them. Not an expert. Obviously somebody who's been there longer. But I feel like I've been there long enough to at least give you some good insight. Wait, I do wondering if our efforts are worth it. Like, worth it on the YouTube channel? On your guys' YouTube channel? If you wanted to as well, who knows where this live stream will go. We could check out people. Everybody wants me to review their YouTube channels, their videos. We could even start doing that too while we talk about this stuff as well. Hey, by the way, we have notifications now on the stream. Notifications work. So, for example, Darshan last time sent a $4.04 super chat. Now I'm just doing it again. Your name and what happened will show up on stream. And then down here, this is a train, so to say. So it's got a timer on it. It'll go down and disappear unless somebody donates again. You don't have to donate. It's just something that kind of makes it more fun during these live streams. If somebody subscribes while we're live, or if somebody donates, you can become a member. I don't have any member benefits or anything like that, though. Anyways, we got notifications, so that's cool. Guess I'd say mine is a corp gig. Yes, if people enjoy the efforts. How long does it take you to do a video? Like from start to finish? Like you've got an idea. That once you've got the idea, how long does it take you to make that idea? Should I put the PC up right there? How long does it take for you to... You've got the idea, you write it down on a piece of paper, you go film it, you edit it. Like, how long does it take you? That's what I'm curious about. Should I get rid of this? This side. It's kind of a cool background. That's why that's why I threw it up there. Or just leave that out. Let's leave it out for now. I tried first getting a corporate job around filmmaking, but I live in a small town. I was not qualified enough since I had no proof of my work. This is the benefit. Today set up an hour. Hey, Bruno. How you doing, man? I'm doing great. We're having a discussion about being freelance, working corporate job. We're also getting into other things as well, though, so... Because Bruno is wedding videographer. Right. Set up an hour. So went freelance to hopefully I could get on production. Shooting was about 30 minutes. So an hour and a half. Editing on the final 15-minute vid was 2 hours. Freelance versus hired. Short answer, freelance. Potential to earn more. Hired. Consistency. Yes. Very short answer. I'll put it that way. And I've got 3 different options. So working a production job, like in-house for a production company, freelance, corporate job. So 3 different options. Yeah. So Lord, I agree with you 100%. If you need to get like a portfolio, the only way you could get a job, I think, at a corporate company is either they're extremely small, so they're going to pay you dirt when you start there, and you'll have hardly any experience. I actually want to bring Tyler on. You've seen Tyler in a lot of the videos. I want to bring Tyler on because he has a very good, like, a lot of experience in this aspect. And I want to bring him on, and we have kind of like a podcast setting, live stream, and I'll leave it up on the YouTube channel. And you guys can ask questions and everything. I think I'll do a premiere as well, like 2 weeks before we actually do that live stream, so then more people can try and be there. And I might do it like early, like midday or something. I don't know where. I know everybody's everywhere in the world, but I might do it like midday. Anyways, so yeah, they may pay you dirt, but you may be able to get a corporate job if you don't have a portfolio. But being freelance, just doing things freelance, that's the best way to get a portfolio, in my opinion. Doing freelance things or doing your own thing. Even just doing your own, like, stuff you want to do for fun, it may suck and you may just throw it away, but, you know. Editing was 2 hours on the final 15-minute-ish vid. So that is 2 hours, 2.5. So is that like, let's just say it's about 5 hours of work, Bob. I guess you got to ask yourself then, is that 5 hours of work worth it for what you get out of it? Or do we need to do something to make it more worth it. And that might be investing more time. It might be investing a little more money. It might be, I don't know. I don't know what these are just questions I'm asking to try and keep the things going. Maram, how we doing, man? Maram, I'm so glad you're here. I don't remember. I've asked you, have you been still doing the After Effects stuff? I can't remember. If you're single and enjoy the hustle, go freelance. But if you've got a wife and kids, go corporate until you've got the mortgage under control, then mix it up. It's a good thought. It's a good thought. I was freelance when I got married, and I had a house. I had a mortgage I had to pay for. So I totally understand getting that. Had car payments, even bought my wife a new car when we got married because she didn't have a car. So, for example, a mate opens a bar. You say, hey, I'd love to dip my toes in commercial promo videos and stuff. I'd love to do one for you and leave it up to them to hire you. Yes, exactly. If you have zero portfolio, that is. Yeah, so like wedding videos, for example, too. I had some of my really good friends that I was just like, hey, you don't have a wedding videographer? I'll do your video. And they were like, oh, well, we weren't gonna pay for one. And I was like, no, I'm offering to do it for free because I have like zero in my portfolio. And I was like, it may not be like amazing, but at least you'll have something, and then I can put it in my portfolio. So even when I would say a lot better, and I could have charged, I still did a few free weddings for my friends just so I had more weddings in my portfolio. I like to do some FL. My doctor wanting something to embed in his website. Oh. Business owner pays me a salary to sell equipment, act as director of training, and shoot the channel. Oh, okay. That makes total sense. I mean, I've seen your channel, and like it's a very like niche content. So like, I guess how can you make it less niche without freelance Florida, without it being, I don't know, too opening up too much, you know? Or maybe you just need to experiment with the video, change the video up somehow. I don't know. Says that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. How? Says my stream health is excellent. Interesting. I see. Freelance. So, like, to do freelance, my doctor... Okay, I see. The business owner pays me salary, sell equipment, act as director of training, and shoot the channel. That makes sense. I see what he's saying now. When you're freelancing, how do you get paid? Like, do you open a savings account, and what do you send them for it to be transported into your savings account? So you mean like you open a savings account, what do you do? Are you saying like how do you pay yourself? Or how do you get paid from like your client? Or how do you start to get paid? It's better now, but I had a couple freezes 20, 30 seconds ago. Okay, it says it's in excellent condition now, so I may have just put my bit rate a little too high, but it should be good. Need to be up my editing game. And it could be just simplifying things too. Like, for example, on this channel, I don't have a ton of time to shoot the videos in it as itself, but also edit. So I try to keep everything just pretty clean. That makes sense? So maybe it's just about it staying clean and making it maybe just quicker. I don't know. Or maybe it's about adding in a few like things to make the channel look a little more professional. I don't know. Maybe that could be some clean transitions. How do you get paid by a client? By sending them an invoice, I accept credit card payments and bank transfers, for example. Are you saying just, I think he means how do you start to get paid, right? First, you need to be registered for business and registered for taxes. Yeah, you need a bank account with tax details, which are given to the bank, and invoice them with direct debit to the account. So like, if you're not making that much, here's what I'll say. This is what I did. If you're not making that much, I wouldn't worry about that. Like, try to get some paying gigs, if that makes sense. Because opening all that and getting it ready when you're so small and you're kind of getting started, it's hard. And it can cost money too. Like if you're getting an accountant and all that stuff, like I gotta have the money, you know? So I would say when you're first starting out, don't worry about it. Try to get some paying gigs and some consistency, and then reinvest that money back into your business to make your life easier. Because this is something that I didn't do well as a freelancer. I did have my own like business account. I had someone who did my taxes and my accounting, but like I wasn't very good at it took what's the word? I needed to basically reinvest more money back into my business, if that makes sense, to make it so I freed up more of my time. Yeah, like keeping receipts. Yep, stuff like that. Exactly what Bruno's saying. And yeah, they also said too, it depends on there's different regulations on like taxes and stuff like that. Just keep track of how much you do actually make though. So like, don't worry about, in my opinion, you shouldn't worry about it at first, but make sure you know how much you make for the year so you can still pay taxes when it comes by. Because, so I didn't know how like sales tax worked in my state. And this wasn't necessarily my fault, but I had a bad tax guy that didn't think I needed to pay sales tax. And sales tax is the tax money that you charge like on a product or a service or something like that. Or yeah, a product or a service, at least in my state. But in some other states, if you're providing a service, then you don't need to charge sales tax on top of that. And but digital assets have now, at least in my state, been qualified as taxable, like sales taxable items. So like for the first year of me being freelance, I didn't know. And then when I fired that tax guy, the next year came around and I had a good guy do my taxes and he was like, oh, you actually owe sales tax. And I was like, well, that sucks. I didn't owe a ton, but I did owe sales tax. So like stuff like that, I hate that stuff. And so that's why I would rather just hire somebody for that. But in the beginning, just keep track of, receipts, how much you spend on your business, even like gas, how many miles. Miles are super important. Keep track of how many miles you travel from wherever your business is, like at your house, to the location. So if you're going to like a wedding and it takes you 30 miles to get there and back, keep track of that because that's a taxable thing. Taxes, but that's the thing. I think that's probably one of the first things you should get is somebody to do your business taxes. You can even hire somebody to start your business and whatnot, like open it up and stuff. But again, get some consistency and some paying clients before you actually hire somebody, in my opinion. What you could do, Bob, I would start a bank account. Sorry, I'll get to yours in a second, Bob. And bank all cash jobs, because later when you need to borrow money from the bank, you can check on your earnings from your business, that too. And I really liked to have like a project management software. I still have it. I use Honeybook because when somebody like asks me about a wedding, a lot of the times it's just over like Facebook or Instagram. They're like, hey, I saw your videos. Can I hire you? And I'm like, sure. Or what's your pricing? I just go to Honeybook. I send them a templated invoice of my pricing and then, or a templated brochure or whatever of my pricing. They can book me right then and there. They can pay through Honeybook. HoneyBook is a kind of expensive though. It's like, it's not bad, and it'll 100% make your life so much easier, but it is kind of expensive when you're first starting out. And then it'll also track like how much you made, and like, yeah, HoneyBook is great. That's at least what, in my experience, that's what I use. But I do recommend having your own bank account, so everything's separate as well. I've taken some advice, shoot and prep for editing. So yeah, Bob, my recommendation, this is what I do for my channel, and I do, well, I'm going to make a video about this eventually, but so I write a script before every video. Not one of my videos on my channel has just been me spitballing. Actually, there is one or two, but I wrote down talking notes, talking points. And after I did it twice just by talking points, I hated my life in post-production. Sydney, how we doing? Guys, I work with Sydney. She's awesome. Another videographer as well. So everybody welcome Sydney. So yeah, Bob, I write a script. I write a script, and that way when I'm shooting, I not only keep on track, but also when I get into editing, there's not as much I have to cut down, because I just see where I messed up. I cut it, boom, keep moving, you know. So write a script, and then create your A-roll. So that's you talking, and then grab some B-roll as soon as, like, go to your desk, edit that real quick, and then you write down as you're editing, what B-roll shots do I need to get? And then just go back, get the B-roll shots, come right back. Boom. That's exactly how I do every single video on this channel. Sometimes it's the opposite. Like when I'm doing like comparison videos, I'll write down what I want to compare. Then I shoot all of my B-roll. I'll go back, I'll look at all the comparisons, and then I'll write my script, and then I create my A-roll. So, okay, I need to catch up on some stuff. My first 3 years, I reinvested all my profits. I was still working a full-time job. All my money I made on the business, I reinvested. Equipment, website. That's another thing too. You may have to work a job that's not video production before you can actually go as a freelancer, you know. Establishing a credit history is vital. Do it legit. I agree. But at the end of those 3 years, I had 4 cameras, 7-8 lenses. Yeah, exactly. So then when you make the jump, you've already got all of that really expensive gear. You could get a business loan. The only time I would say to do like a business loan is if you've got like a contract for like 3 years or something with some company. That's the only time. Then you know it's guaranteed. Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend a business loan. You could I've done loans on my camera gear. You could do a loan on your camera gear. Like when I was in college, to buy my laptop and my camera. Actually, my camera I bought with cash, but my laptop, for example, I didn't. I had a loan, but I had a full-time job and I had the money. I just didn't have the money then, but I kind of needed the laptop. So financing, I'm not opposed to it at all. But anyways, yeah, travel is huge in UK at least. At least it counts as, yeah, 45 cents, around 60 cents per mile. You drive even when fuel cost is less than a third of that. 100%. I'll track my miles, receipts, open a bank account, and just try my hardest to get paying clients. Yeah, and I don't think it costs to open a business account. So those are the first steps for sure, though. Like I just wrote down, there are apps that'll track like your miles and stuff. I just wrote down miles every time. We already talked to Sydney. Ask for 50% deposit balance on the day of the shoot. Don't be shy. Yeah, and sometimes it can be hard, in my experience, to get a 50% deposit. So the way that I have done it, that has worked decently well, at least for weddings, is I'll do a 30% deposit, and then after I shoot, another 30%, and then once the video is done, I'll say that their other 30% is due, and then they'll pay, and then I won't give them their video until they pay me. So then I have collateral when When I teach scuba on 1099 and get paid that money, I roll into my camera gear. That's a super good way to earn a little extra cash right on the side for the camera stuff. Another question from everyone: why do parents and adults think that filmmaking is not a career? They may think of like the anomalies, like directors, like some of the big directors, for example, that make tons of money. Same with like YouTube. There is a lot of people, and it's true, when you're doing like that type of stuff, there is a very slim chance you're going to become a huge director or a big YouTuber or influencer, or even like, I don't know, make a ton of money doing it. Can you make a living? 100%. But I think that's what adults, that's why they think that filmmaking is not a job. But especially in today's world, with how much social content there is and there is a demand for, like, there's such a need for more video, especially video content. I think it's harder as a photographer. This is just my opinion, but I think it's harder as a photographer because it's not necessarily easier. It's very time consuming, like doing video. But video is much more complex, especially when you start to add in sound. And it's like, maybe there's something in the shot that wasn't supposed to be there. You can't just Photoshop it. It's like way more complex to remove it. And so, yeah, I think that's why adults think it's not a job, but you can 100% find work and make a living doing video. Yeah, the getting paid after delivery is a pain, leaves the door open for complaints and milking for extras. Exactly. I used to have them to deliver before I got paid, but yeah, when I was freelance, some of my clients did that way. I would deliver, didn't get paid, and I'm just like waiting, and you're just like, it does take a while sometimes with being freelance, like, to get paid, because it's just like, especially with like bigger corporate companies, it can take a while to get paid. It's a downside to working with bigger corporate clients. Work another job in order to buy your gear. Yes, I agree. Buy the moment. Thanks for the amazing advice. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so I was just fortunate. Well, actually, that's a lie, actually. I worked for 2 years at Verizon Wireless. I was a sales rep, and then I was a manager. And so I'll kind of tell you my background. I worked as a video technician, and then the next job was an AV technician. I was an AV technician. I was in live events and broadcasting. And then I was a production assistant. And then after that job, I got a full-time job and I was doing freelance throughout this whole time as well. But after that job, I got a job at Verizon Wireless, and I was a sales rep. And guess the reason I took the job? I was making so much more money. Like, I was making like $12 an hour as a production assistant at my university. And the hours were maybe like, on average, like 15 a week. Every now and again, we would get insane and we would work like 60 hours, 70 hours, but it was only like for 2 weeks out of the whole year. And so I was making like dirt. But I took that job because it was gonna pay like $50,000 a year. And I was like, dang. And I had to work full time. I even had to work full time while I was at university. In my last 2 semesters, I worked full time and went to school full time. And I did that so I could pay for my gear. And I didn't know where I was going to go to at Verizon. I thought maybe I would work for Verizon in like their marketing department or something. But then the production company that I was freelancing for, they offered me a full-time job as a video editor slash videographer, I guess you could say. So that was when I took that job. And I took a pay cut to move to that job. But I was even a manager at Verizon too, so I was working the corporate ladder, and I worked for Verizon corporate. Tanner, man, you're in all my streams, man. Yo, what's up, fam? What's up, Toddy? Okay, I'm getting to your questions, I promise. Yeah, I shoot B-roll first today, then shot a... How about camera gear insurance? So I just contacted my agent who like does the insurance for like my house and my car. And he has me on... What's it called? It's like $65 a month. It's like got a $50 deductible, but it covers all my gear. I don't have liability insurance, but it's only because I'm not doing any more. I'm not doing as much freelance now. I'm trying to put more time in the YouTube channel and stuff like that. And so it's not super expensive gear insurance. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Marine land insurance? I can look it up. Whoa, I got really bright on my face. Nate, what are you doing, my dude? Nate, how are the videos coming? Only go the loan route if you have guaranteed work. Contract ahead. Yes. Don't throw yourself on loans with hopes you will be big without foundation as if your experience were wrong, you would end up with that. Exactly. Don't just like, and don't make like dumb decisions too. Like don't go buy a $50,000 camera if you don't have a need. Your clients and your work, you don't have a need for it. There was like somebody I was talking to once on Instagram, and they were like, my legs are like sweating. They were like, I'm saving up. I had an A7 III or something, but they were saving up for like a C300, and I looked at their work. It wasn't like bad, but I was like, because I had the A7 III at the same time, and I looked at the videos and like mine just looked like I had more experience. I'll just say it that way because I don't want to be mean, but like I was just like, why are you saving up for like a $10,000 camera when you still haven't really outgrown this camera yet? And so I even asked, and they were like, oh yeah, it just seemed like a good camera to get. Like, don't be that person. Don't get the what's the gear thing called when you get like excited about gear and you just buy it because you want the latest and greatest. I can't remember what it's called. Will you be keeping the stream up? I'm not able to watch right now, but want to see it later. Yes, this one I could probably leave on the channel as well, Andy, if you want me to do that. So then you can go back and watch it. Some of them I don't leave on the channel if they're kind of just not as nonsense. If they're kind of just nonsense. But this one I think I'll be able to leave on the channel. Let's see. Yeah, so guys, I think I'm going to keep the streams up too, to answer your questions, Andy. I love doing streams. I feel like there's not a lot of video creators that do them. They do a lot of like podcasts, but I'm trying to be different in that aspect and do streams where you can ask me things. Toddy, what's up, man? Working full-time and going to school sounds rough AF. I'll tell you what, it wasn't easy. Because yeah, I got super lucky because Verizon was not really willing to work around my schedule. They were willing to, so let me rephrase, they were willing to work around my schedule, but they weren't allowing me to work during the only or go to school during the only 2 shift times. And I got 1 day off during the week and 1 day off during the weekend. And sometimes I had to work Sundays. When I did, I would get 2 days off. So what I just got super fortunate. All of my classes would end on the days that, I still had to go into work. They would end before my shift started. So literally and then on my day off, I would just get home. I would work on my homework. I would just get it hopefully done by the end of the day. Oh, and I didn't have class on Fridays, so I could always work any shift on Friday, any shift on Saturdays, so that was good. But yeah, I got super lucky that I was able to work full-time and go to school full-time because I didn't want to drop out. I was like making good money, and I was like, but I want to finish my school because I only got a year left. And so, anyways, I'm grinding away. Just finished one, and it's scheduled for Monday. Is the video tour guide family? Do they get a little sneak peek of what it is? Everybody should go subscribe to Nate, by the way. If you're here, Nate's film tutorials. If you're watching the stream later, he's goated. In hip terms, he's goated. Yeah, some people think that if I buy this camera, my work will be better and I can double my prices. Gas. Gear acquisition syndrome. I love that. Yeah. Gas. That's the word. Yeah, I get excited about gear, but like I don't really get that as bad anymore because like I keep looking over at the Panasonic because I'm like, I feel like when I got that camera, that was kind of like, I didn't get as excited. Now I get excited about anamorphic lenses. That's what I get excited about. Whew. Started with a 70-70 80D gas. Same happens in scuba diving. Yeah. Well, it happens with everybody too, you know. Then A7 III and added 6400 for second cam. Yeah. You've reached the pinnacle of cameras. Exactly. This is the pinnacle of cameras. And the A7S III. We're streaming on the A7S III. New folks need to understand how good the Sony ZV-1 is. Dude, I honestly thought that I would... Like, I was trying to convince myself that I needed to get... the ZV-1 because I thought it was so cool, but I was like, why am I trying to convince myself I need this? I just thought it was such a cool, like, kind of like do it all camera. Nate just got his today. D3200, D610, oh my gosh. Bruno, you've been through it all. Hold on. I want to be a part of this. Can I include cameras I haven't owned too? Cameras that I've used for consistently. Here, I want to be a part of this. Okay, so it's kind of fun. I like it. Actually talk a little bit about this in my next video. What cameras I got and stuff like that. I'm dumb. Where is it? There it is. I had a brain. My brain just stopped working there for a second. Okay, this is mine. And that's in order of when I bought it. I had the A7S, A7 III, and A7S II all at the same time. And then, yeah, Panasonic S1H, A7S III. But in this mix of like T3i, okay, I'll put the order of cameras I used that I didn't own, but I used them like in my career. iPhone, yes, I love it. Used it today, all my B-roll. Yeah, those ZV-1s are cool, man. I like them. And they can shoot like super crazy slow-mo. It's not in like 1080, but it's cool to have it like 960 frames per second or something. And it's only like 5 seconds, but still, like you can get some cool stuff with that. Started with a bit of gas for camera gear, but since I got a full-time business, I see them as tools really. Upgrade still as they make my life easier. as having 4K 60. Exactly. I actually talk about that in my video. Is like, I loved my A7 III, but it had its limitations and it was driving me nuts. I owned that thing for a long time. How long did I have that thing for? I ordered it as soon as they announced it on Amazon. Well, as soon as I could buy it. It was at NAB. Like, I saw the stats, the specs, I mean, and everything, and I was like, I'm literally on this A7S, and like, that's it. I need this camera. And that was right when I had gone freelance. I was shooting on my A7S alone while I was freelance. Of course, I did a lot of editing, so that's why I didn't necessarily need a lot of cameras. Because back then, when I went freelance, I was pretty much just strictly doing editing. I did shoot on Reds, like at work. We had a Red Dragon, but when I was there, I was basically just editing like 80% of the time. So I did a lot of editing. I actually still do a lot of freelance editing, but when I went freelance from that job, it was my goal to really get a lot better at cinematography, videography, whatever you want to call it. Got my A7S III for Christmas. Still using an A7 III today for A-roll. Oh yeah. Well, the A7 III is still great though. Like the A7S III is also great. I love this camera, by the way. A7S III. It's been great. In a Sony body, in a Sony ecosystem, it has everything I want. So I have mostly asked for DIY stuff and electronics. I like solar panels and such. I used to have solar in my house. Currently building a DIY solar water heater. Dude, that's awesome, actually. $100 that would keep my hot tub at your hot tub. Whoa. We're all going to Bruno's house. Hot tub party. Feel like a toy compared to A7 III, but man, it works. Yeah, exactly. A7 III, that constant pain of choosing between amazing sharp 4K or mush 1080p slow-mo. 100%. Well, amazing sharp 4K, but overheats after 12 minutes, or mush 1080p slow-mo. That's what you're dealing with. Stepping into the A7S III. Yeah, the A7S III, I'm trying to plan a video kind of like the Generations one on the A7S III. I'm working on it, but I'm still figuring out exactly how I want to do it. We're going to shoot a car commercial for those who are curious, but it's a little bit different. It's not necessarily a car commercial, but it's like it involves a really nice sports car. Maybe 2, maybe 3. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I need to look up. I have an idea what I want to do too, but yeah, I haven't really gotten an idea down yet. There is another video coming out though on the channel that is going to be like the Generations one, and it's also going to be on anamorphics. You guys are getting all the teasers now. I'm not going to tell you any more details, but yeah, we're shooting on more anamorphic lenses. Wait. We're shooting on more anamorphic lenses. Ever seen the overheating logo on my... It says, what? Bruno. That A7 III is worth 4 times what it's worth, including filming Catholic wedding ceremonies for an hour and 30 minutes at 4K consistently? You might have a bad sample. It's long gone. I sold it. I don't understand. Did you like put an AC unit right next to it? Help us have that A7 III step over into the features of the 7S III. Yes. It does kind of help. Yeah, and I still plan to make more videos on the A7S III as well. There's so many videos, guys. So many videos. Let's see here. This is I don't want to show you exactly what is there, but this is my list of ideas on the channel. It's quite a lot. Every single line. Well, every single one that's not next to each other are just videos. You can probably punch in on that and see, but whatever. I don't know if I'll get to them all. I delete some and I add some other ones later, but yeah, I don't know what you're doing, how you hacked that A7 III Bruno, but you did something to make that. Hey, by the way, thanks for liking the stream, whoever liked the stream. I appreciate it. Well, that was dope. I'm the man of many voices, Nate. We can even do like talk show host. It's like a radio. This is your video tour guide on the radio. Today we're going to be talking about, should you go freelance as a videographer or... Sorry, I'm having too much fun. I'm in the UK though, it never goes over 30. Oh. That's probably why. Yeah, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. I've been inside though in like 75 and I've gotten that. And I'm being a little dramatic, 12 minutes, but like no, I've been shooting, like for example, I've got the A7R III as my A cam, A7 III is my B cam. Thanks for liking the stream, whoever did, by the way. And the A7R III is just fine. Like, shoot the interview, it's like 20 minutes long. Stop recording, just leave it sitting there on. It's just fine. A7 III, like 15 minutes in, I look over and I'm like, bro, please stop. Don't stop recording. Please don't. Please don't. Don't understand. If you shoot 4K for like 8 minutes or something like that, and then you would like stop recording and you'd shut it off and like do a few things and like get ready for the next interviewer or whatever, interviewee, whatever, then yeah, you would, it wouldn't overheat. But like, yeah, I think you had a dodgy A7 III. I think that I'm not the only one. Well, and sometimes though, like in 90 degrees when I was shooting weddings, I even had it overheat once when it was 105 outside when I was shooting in 1080. Yeah, 105 Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Wizard of Oz vibes. I bought this, forgot how you say it, Surae 50mm Annie, but I can't de-squeeze on the Adobe Premiere Elements video. So no joy so far. No. Doesn't really work for scuba. It might be kind of cool to use that for B-roll. That's what I would do. I have a Surae monopod. Love it, but it's so heavy. They make monopods too? Whoa. Well, hold up. Oh, sorry. I forgot to answer the question on insurance. I was looking it up. I'm literally just going to my email. So it's an inland marine policy, and it just covers your camera equipment at any location, and that's for about 20 grand in equipment. It's about $350 to $400 per year, which works out to about $65 a month. And there's a $50 deductible. Say if something got lost, stolen, broken, whatever. Sorry, it's like I'm on a white screen. Yeah, I would just talk to a... Gosh, my screen gets so bright. Here, maybe I can turn the brightness down. Blows me out. I I care too much. Just a live stream. There we go. Let's go to 100. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I have for insurance. And yeah, just talk to an insurance agent if you have one. That's what I do though. Yeah, gotta get hot learning DaVinci. DaVinci, that's a good idea actually, because yeah, DaVinci's free. I mean, it's similar to like Premiere and stuff. Any NLE is like pretty similar. It's just like cameras. They're just tools, you know. In the UK, liability insurance is about 100 a year, and gear insurance is about 100 to 300 a year, depending on how much gear you got. Thanks on that. Yeah, no problem, Bob. Have the browser window smaller. I could do that. I just turned down the brightness though. Less light. Here, I was looking at... Oh, hold on. You guys can't see my PC. Bing. I didn't know Suray had... They do. Monopods. Ooh. Why is my internet being strange? Or is that just the website? Lightweight, compact, convenient. They got a carbon fiber one. Bruno, why didn't you get the carbon fiber one? Come on. Why aren't these images showing up? They have big legs. Kind of stay upright by themselves. The different are the... Oh, okay, like this. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. They're excellent, better than Ben Rowe. Wow, that's a bold claim. I'm going to have to tell Tyler. I'm going to have to text him and be like, hey, your Ben Rowe tripod and monopods are obsolete, says everybody on my channel. Speaking of which, your guys' thoughts on me doing a podcast live stream with Tyler, talking about, because Tyler, I haven't really, he's in my videos a lot just because we're buddies. We went to college, university together, and well, we met in college/university, and we've been friends ever since. But Tyler, he went freelance about a year before me, and he also worked a corporate job before that doing video, like in marketing, and he's been freelance ever since then. So he has a kind of a unique perspective, and he's like a public speaker and stuff like that. So he's like actually really good at talking and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm curious. I want to like, I don't know, I'll set up this room or something and we'll do some kind of, maybe just at the desk. We'll both just sit here. Have a nice conversation where you guys can ask questions and stuff like that about being a freelancer / business owner. Because yeah, he's way better at the business part than me. He says that I'm better at the video part though. But that doesn't matter. He made more money than me and he still makes a decent amount of money. But yeah, he made more money than me when I was freelance. So, and I care, that's my problems. I care way too much about it being perfect. I've learned over time, Lord, if you're still here, you should actually, this is a good thing to learn, to know. Learn when you're first starting out, learn very early. There's actually two things I want you to learn. Learn very early when you're first starting out to not make things perfect unless you have the time. But if you're freelance, make them good enough that you're not wasting your time. Because time is money when you're a business owner. And it took me long time to learn that. Even with like this YouTube channel, like some of the videos, like one of the videos, for example, right at the very end, my audio card filled up. And it was only at like the outro that it went to the internal mic on the camera. So it wasn't that much, but I wanted to go back and reshoot that. But I had to tell myself, you know how much time that's going to take? It's not worth it. It's a little bit different when it's like a client, but weddings, for example, when I did weddings, I used to waste so much time making it perfect, because your 90% of how, when you make a video, your 90% is probably good enough for them, or even it'll exceed their expectations. At least in my experience, my 90% would exceed their expectations. And sure, every now and again, I'll put 100% into a video. I know this sounds terrible, but it's like your time is money when you're freelance. You're spending... So for example, I was probably spending like 12 hours on like a video, like editing a wedding video. And it was like, why am I spending so much time on this when I could probably do something almost just as good in about 4 to 6 hours, depending on how long the video is supposed to be. And so, yeah, that was when I just kind of refined my process and like my edits, and I made them more clean and timeless, because like, for one, you want them to be timeless because they're a wedding video, but also it'll save you a lot of time. So anyways, yeah, about that 90% thing, my weddings videos look done. When I'm halfway done, I watch them over and over, start getting picky. This transition's a bit meh. This bit needs stabilization. Yeah, and it needs some of that stuff, but like, don't get lost like in the weeds. Don't get lost in the weeds of like making something perfect when it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. This bit sounds quiet, etc. After all those tweaks, it gets so much better. Yeah, exactly. And figure out your process too, because that was something that took me a while to figure out, even just like making YouTube videos, because I've made other YouTube channels and like my process was terrible. I wasted so much time, like didn't write scripts, just, you know, I was not a very good YouTuber when I first started. And then, I don't know, something just changed with just this channel. I just made the channel my name. That was a big change, because I kept trying to make it like a business, and I don't know, it just didn't work. It wasn't as personable, relatable, I guess. And then, yeah, I wrote a script, and like, yeah, basically writing a script changed my like YouTube career. Even though I don't necessarily have a career, but maybe one day that'd be sweet. I do a rough edit, export it once, then pen and paper, watch it over and over, write down what needs changing. Like 34 fixed transition. Yeah, that's a really good way to do it. And do all those fixes at once. Yeah. Then you aren't like doing it as you go and slowing yourself down, I guess. Scripts are necessary, in my opinion, especially in like today's like YouTube market. If you're wasting people's time too much, it's much harder for people to stick around. I get complaints on my videos. People will be like, wow, 240, go to 2 minutes and 2 minutes in and then you get to the actual necessary part of the video. The thing is like, you also have to add like personality. I feel like these days you can make a successful YouTube channel without personality, but it helps to be more personable. So like those intros, it's just like my process. I want to tell you what's going to happen. I also want to introduce you to who I am and kind of my personality. And then like I say the things that I always say in every video. So then I make an imprint on somebody. My name's Dustin, your video tour guide. It's just a title I came up with that I thought was cool. And I say the whole thing here, and then it plays my intro. This next video, I'm not actually playing my like 15-second epic intro. I'm just doing a logo sting. I'm testing it. I'm testing it to see how what people think. So, and then the thing is though too is people don't ever complain about me wasting their time. If I put timestamps in, it's just it takes so much time. So I'm like, if someone complains, then I'll go back to the video and I'll add in the timestamps. I think the future is heading to people want more and faster instead of better. Not only on video, but food industry, fast food takeaway, goods, Amazon same day deliveries, etc. 100%. There's actually a production company locally to me, because people will always care about having, you know, like quality stuff. Like there's always going to be a need for it, but not everybody needs that. And yeah, there's a production company here that's like really kind of disrupting a lot of people I know that are freelance and stuff, because even like there was a guy I met at a wedding. So they hired me for video, and then they hired this other group for photos. Guess how much they charge for photo and video? They charged $1,500 for photo and video. And I don't know what that entailed, but I looked up their stuff and it was pretty decent. Like it looked pretty good. And he said that he did over 300 weddings a year. And I was just mind blown. Their videos were pretty good, but here's the thing. This is what he does. He hires out just a bunch of random freelance guys, and I'm sure he pays them a flat rate, like people that aren't necessarily amazing. Like he has their go-to guys, pays them probably $350 to go shoot this wedding, and then he would pay the photographer $350, and then he would pay somebody on Fiverr, like their go-to guys, to edit these videos for like $50 or something like that. So he was spending out of pocket like $800, but he was making like $700 on every wedding thing. And then he was doing like 300 of them a year, because quality, he found the perfect balance of like quality over quantity. And yeah, he just found the market that didn't really care. They just wanted more or they wanted decently priced that was good enough. And yeah, anyways. Yo, Eric! Guys, me and Eric went to school together. We grew up next to each other. I'm starting to get friends into my streams. Man, it's a good time. Probably goes through... People want instant gratification now, not waiting for stuff. And I'm that way too. The reason I like Amazon is just the convenience. I think about something, I'm like, oh, I need this. Put it in my cart. Oh, I need this. Put it in my cart. And then once I am like, all right, I can buy that now. It's just all right there. I buy it. Don't got to leave my house. Like time, probably goes through a script, list of specific shots, editing film templates, using the same Bruno Mars song, etc. Like factory line, production style, okay quality for cheaper. Yeah, I should just give you his website, because like I think he was using different songs. The thing that kind of just bothered me about it is that one of the guys, I saw one of his video guys, because he even asked me after I talked to him at the wedding. I was like, dude, that's mind-blowing. Like, you're a genius. Like, I hate you. You're ruining my style of doing weddings, but also you're a genius. He asked me later, like, how much would I charge to like be a video guy? And I was just like, I've kind of at a point where I'm like, it's not really worth it for me to go do that. So A7S3 cage, bingo. Black Pro Mist, bingo. A7S3 cage, the Condor Blue. Those are my favorite cages, 100%. If you're looking at an A7S3 cage. Not a videographer, but find myself watching your videos. Good stuff, man. Hey, you only watch it because look how good I look now from when we grew up, from back in the day. I got this nice, luscious beard. I wear these freaking money hats now. I'm bald. What happened there? No, I shaved my head. Beard is sick, man. Hey, I'm just glad that you watched, I'm glad that people are finding enjoyment out of the videos. Like, you're a good example of somebody that may not necessarily the content may not necessarily apply, but you find the videos entertaining to watch. So I have a pet peeve for people that put cages and load up their cameras with stuff just for looks. Focus on your final product, guys. Not how big your camera looks with 3 handles. Talking to you guys with the A6000 with kit lens and a massive matte box on it. Got the KB top handle. Wow, incredible piece. Oh, the K. Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, my cat's talking to me right now. What do you want? I agree, actually, with you, Bruno. But I can see why there is a need for a cage. Here's the only reason I bought a cage. I never owned a cage in my life, but putting anamorphic lenses and stuff on it, that's the reason I bought the cage. So, and Condor Blue, by the way, Condor Blue is super nice. They sent me a little care package along with it. Because, yeah, I sent them my channel when I bought the cage. I was like, hey, I'd love to work with you guys sometime in the future. By the way, I was like, I've been looking for a cage like this that just makes my life easier. And, yeah, they sent me some little goodies along with the cage. So, big shout out to Condor Blue. I love Condor Blue. Oh, guys, I gotta look at my email because I'm just so excited on this video that's coming up. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you. I told you it's got some anamorphic stuff in the works, but I'm not going to tell you what. Yeah, because he sent me the email today about a thing. And I'm just so excited. It's going to be sweet. Hopefully. Maybe it'll suck. The cage is functional. Hold my monitor and audio receiver. Yeah, exactly. If you need a place to hook things on, then yes, get a cage. Or you need something to take pressure off a giant lens you're putting on your camera, get a cage. Or if even just like having a top handle, like, yeah. As long as you're doing it for function, reason, yeah, rig it up. But often I see setups I cringe at, like 2 mics, LED lights attached to the camera, direct light never looks good, and so on. They look good. I have to disagree. They can be beneficial. Just the hot shoe does not work. Yeah, and the hot shoe too. Sometimes the hot shoe is like a little flimsy. I know what you're talking about, Bob. Like the hot shoe is just like, I feel like if I put something heavy into that hot shoe, it's gonna like bust off, you know? I get it. I get it. Look at that later. I had a wobbly A7R3 hot shoe just from having a big flash on it all the time. Got the Tilta. Not good. Hey, I went through the same thing, Bob. I got the Tilta and returned it because I was like, this does not work for what I was hoping for. And unlike Canons that you can pull part of it off and tighten it up with the screw, you can't do that on the Sony. Yeah. Can you do it on Panasonic? I don't know if you can, actually. The S1H, though, is pretty solid. The hot shoe on this one. Sony's don't feel as solid. Blocks the A7S3 controls. Yes. There's a big you can pull. Let me Google it. There's a big you can pull, apparently. A bit. Okay. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay, I don't think I really okay, now that we've talked for a while, I don't think I've really said my opinion on should you go freelance as a videographer? Should you be, well, like I have, but I haven't given you my opinion on all three. I'm saying three. So working for a production company, in my experience, advantage, you get to work on cool projects. Advantage, you get to work with some cool equipment that you may not have the opportunity to work on. That's an advantage. Advantage. Well, I want to say security, but I think it depends on the production company you work for, because the one I worked for, the first year I was there, I felt pretty secure salary-wise, but the second year I worked there, I was like, I'm still getting paid. I don't know. Like, things just, I feel like if this client just drops out, like, we're just going to end and I won't have a job. So I felt at the end of like my last year working at that company, I felt like I was as secure as I would be if I was freelance. So that was one reason I decided to go freelance. Disadvantage, though. So that could be a disadvantage. It depends on the production company you're working for, though. Some production companies have more consistent work than others. So security, you could have benefits. I didn't really have benefits. They paid for my health insurance, but that was it. They didn't give me a 401k or anything. They said as soon as I got hired, they were going to start doing profit sharing, but I don't know. It just didn't. Never really. Oh, no. I got one check from 1 year for the first year, but it wasn't super big from profiting. So anyways, those I think are the three big advantages. Oh, you get really good experience very quickly. When I started at that company, I wasn't very confident in After Effects. I had taken a class and I had messed around in After Effects like in high school and stuff. You can ask Eric if he's still here. I made some commercials with like lightsabers in high school and stuff like that. It was awesome. I could even show those sometime. But anyways, you get experience really fast. So I was not very confident in After Effects. Mr. Moss in the house. He is still here. I was not very confident in After Effects. 4 months later, though, like it was hard. The first like 2 weeks, month, 4 months even I was there. Almost every time I went into After Effects, I was like afraid to like do things, and I had to look up a YouTube tutorial like every single time I went into After Effects. And so like, but then it was super cool because I got to like 6 months. And then one time, I remember I was just like doing some stuff. I was just like, yeah, what could I do? How could I do this? And then I was like, oh, I could use this effect and do that. And I was like, whoa, I'm thinking on my own. Like I know how to use After Effects. It takes a long time to get confident in stuff like that. But like, that is a huge advantage because like I said, I had done After Effects stuff in high school since I was like 16. And it wasn't until I was about 23 that I actually felt confident in it. And it only took me about 6 months to get confident in After Effects and start like thinking for myself on how to do things. And so, yeah, big advantage for working for a production company. So I don't want to miss anything, but yeah, we'll just say benefits. You might get benefits like insurance and stuff. Get to work on cool projects. So like your portfolio can advance pretty quickly. Like I said, I did a lot of editing there. So most of the stuff in my portfolio from that job was just like, yeah, I did all the editing on this video. Most of the time I didn't shoot, but sometimes I did. Excuse me. Get a lot of experience, and I can't remember. There was 4 though. So, all right. Now I'll tell you my experience being a freelancer. So, advantage, you get to manage your own time. I loved that I got to work whenever I wanted. It was like I could sleep in on a day that I was editing. Hey, what's up, professional potato? I could sleep in on a day that I was editing or something. I had just editing all day, and then I would wake up and I would make some breakfast, maybe go to the gym, and then come back and just work till like 7, and then I would go to bed. Exactly. Chan, I was just going to say, disadvantage though, you get to manage your own time. So that was the biggest disadvantage for me, was that if I wasn't working, I did not feel like I was making money. And so I had a hard time shutting it out. So that's where I would say, make sure you have a schedule, so then you can try and shut out the freelance work, because that was something I struggled with a lot. When I was single, I think I have memory, he mentioned this, if you're single, be a freelancer. And I don't like disagree. You can be married and freelance, but it's definitely easier when you're single to freelance, because I wasn't married when I was freelance, and then I got married while I was still freelance, and it was much different. It wasn't harder. It was just like, it'd be like 9 o'clock and I was still working downstairs, and like it got to a point where my wife was like, yeah, it just feels like you're always working. And I'm like, I know, I suck. Like, I feel like I'm always working as well. And it's like, you can get into a schedule, but sometimes you can't, because let's say you've got a gig that goes till 9 at night. That's the thing about this job too, is that you can control, if you're freelance, you can control your schedule, but you can't always control your schedule. And I think that goes into the next point. That is a good point to bring up when it comes to making the videos as well, and like the final product. You can kind of do whatever you want, but also you can't. So it's an advantage because you can do whatever you want, but sometimes you get clients or projects that they want something very specific, or you send them the first draft, and maybe they've only got like 2 or 3 drafts, and they just want to completely change it. So that advantage, I was lucky enough that I only had like one person, I think, that actually wanted me to make quite a few changes after I'd sent them the first draft. Luckily, most people that I would send the first draft to, they would, of like a wedding video or like a promo video for like a social piece or something like that, most people would just be like, this is great and amazing, it's perfect, it's what I want. But it can't happen. Oh, that was one thing I was going to say about working for a production company as well. You don't have full control over the videos. You may edit a video or you may film a video in this particular way. And a disadvantage, you've got directors, you've got creative directors, whatever. Unless you are the creative director, you can make the decisions, but they will, or even the client will have feedback. And because they're the client, they're paying. Most of the time you got to make the changes, unless you have a good boss. Then it can be a lot better. Just got laid off as an in-house creator, going to look into freelancing, but I'm still rather new. I'm gonna lost. How do you find your niche / genre that you like to shoot? I mean, I'm still trying to find that. So, Potato, I'm just gonna call you Potato. And I'm super sorry to hear that, by the way, that you just got laid off. It can't be easy. And yeah, I hope you find success in freelancing. So, and I'm going to leave, by the way, Potato, I'm going to leave this video up on the channel. So if you want to go back and rewatch it, feel free. So for me, my niche, when I was freelance, believe it or not, I would edit hunting videos. And I also would I got hired as an editor for 2 YouTube channels. And I also did wedding videos, and I also did promo videos. And I think your niche, that was just what I was getting jobs for at the time. But I think your niche kind of evolves over time because you figure out what you like to shoot and what you don't. So I figured out that I didn't like to do what's it called? I honestly don't really like to shoot on a lot of like big sets. Like long hours. Like you can't really relax a ton really. I get there just I don't really like to freelance and shoot on like big gigs with like, you know, a whole crew and all that stuff. I still do them because they're fun sometimes, but also, and especially now because I know a lot of the community and the freelancers in my area, but I don't really choose those gigs anymore. Like I don't go out of my way to choose those gigs. I learned that I liked to shoot by myself and kind of handle everything, even though at times it can be stressful and you do have to invest in gear or renting the gear. But yeah, over time I just figured out, I kind of just liked shooting the wedding stuff by myself and the promo stuff by myself, where somebody's like, I need this little promo video, and they'll send me like the idea, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just run with it. And I shot it in like my kitchen, or I went out and like said, hey, do you have a little budget for like some actors? And like we would shoot some actors, you know? So yeah, that's kind of my opinion is take what you're getting hired for right now, and over time you'll figure out what your niche and what your genre is. Like, for example, now I just like shooting this stuff. It doesn't really, I've started to cut back more on weddings because I don't really love shooting weddings as much as I used to. I still love them because I love to just see the final result and how like blown away the couples are and stuff like that with the videos. And like, I don't know, seeing couples in love, it just makes me happy. But I've been cutting back because I'm like, I enjoy making these YouTube videos more than I like doing wedding videos. So even though this isn't really paying anything right now, I would much rather invest the time to shoot these YouTube videos. And same with like, you know, the Generations video. I don't know if you're new here, but there's a video on my channel called Generations. Kind of more story-based content. I have evolved to like to shoot that stuff as well. Because like, it just, I don't know, it's just, I like to have a kind of a purpose with my videos, not just like throwing out a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know. I still have to do that at work anyways. It's just, but yeah, that's what I enjoy doing more right now. Best way to find your niche is to force yourself to try everything. That too. Before I started wedding, I thought I would like to do I can't say that word. Portraiture over everything else, photography. After trying everything, turns out that I have the most fun at weddings and sports. Oh, soccer. We got a soccer fan here. Of course, you guys are in the UK. You love soccer, football. The sports industry is all agency run nowadays. It's gone more towards weddings. One of our customers dives for artifacts and sells them. He asked me about YouTube and started a channel based on that. His sales took off. One of our customers, dives for oh, wait. I think I know who you're talking about, actually. I've seen some of his videos. I've seen a few videos of people that like dive for artifacts. They'll try to find like guns and like just like random stuff. I'll definitely look into trying out more types of work. Because that's the thing. You can always try it once. If you don't like it, don't do it again. So when I'm trying out stuff and exploring genres, I should sell my services either free or at a cheap rate, right? My portfolio is in travel videos, but COVID, so it's useless now. Dang, that sucks. Football. Guys, I played soccer. I guess you can, if you watched one of my videos, you can see. Yeah, I mean, it depends. You could at least, like, if you know somebody in that space, of like maybe there's somebody shooting like a promo video. You could go there with them and kind of see their process and see if you would enjoy doing something like that. You don't necessarily have to do, sell your services for free or for cheap. You could find somebody in that space. But yeah, if you don't know anybody in that space, then yeah, it's kind of tough. You may have to at first, but I don't know. It's tough. You're dealing with a lot now that, you got laid off. That sucks, man. I'm super sorry. Calabash Digger. Calabash? Oh no, I haven't seen this guy. I thought I did, but yeah. I've seen videos like this though. There's a few channels out there. Okay, so freelance, getting back to where we were. Another disadvantage when you're working at the production company, for example, you just basically do your job and that's it. When you're freelance, you got to do the marketing, you got to do the business part, you got to do the editing, you got to do graphics if you offer that, you got to film it. You have to do everything. Disadvantage, in my opinion, because I hate when I was freelance, I wasn't a very good business owner. I was really good at the creative part, but when it came to like the business part, I was not very good. So that's why I hired people to help me with it. This is a whole story in it as itself. Make sure you hire people that actually know what they're doing. I hired somebody that was just, I thought they knew what they were doing, but apparently they weren't. And I am still to this day dealing with some of those things. Hopefully it'll get resolved though. We've got it all taken care of. We're just waiting for it to get resolved basically. But yeah, disadvantage of being a business owner. Once you figure out all of that stuff though, the business basically runs itself, but you still have to be everything until you get to a point where you can afford to hire more help. So freelance, disadvantage. I mean, I think this is even kind of a disadvantage as well with being freelance, is you've got to pay for all your own gear. It's nice because you get to choose when you can get that gear, if you have the funds for it and what to get, but you got to come up with the money to get it in the first place. So advantage, disadvantage. Basically, the summary with like freelance is that there's a lot of advantages, but there's also a lot of disadvantages. Once you do it for long enough though, and you've got your process down where it kind of runs itself and you've got paying clients and like, it's much better. And maybe you even get to a point where you can hire an editor. You can just go out and film. You even discover what you like doing most in that process. Like, for example, I learned when I was freelance, I didn't like doing as much After Effects stuff. And so that was where I started to tone back my After Effects stuff. And I started to do more, like I did a lot of like kind of motion graphics when I was at the production company. And I still do it because I have to sometimes, but I figured out I like to go out and shoot videos and I like to edit videos more than I like to do motion graphics or do VFX. I have to do VFX sometimes. There was a video recently I did. It was a workout promo video, and the last shot he wanted him as if he was in like a stadium, kind of like with flashing like people were around this guy, this fitness guy, like taking pictures of him. And yeah, I had to bring a green screen. I got some like sky panels, threw up the sky panels. I had to do all the After Effects VFX for it. It wasn't amazing. I'm not an amazing VFX artist, but it got the point across is the thing. And like, yeah. So freelance is, it's a big time investment, especially at first. And freelance, you don't have to do all that stuff. There are plenty of guys that I know, literally all they do, they're a freelance audio engineer. That's all they do. And they go on set and they work on movies, for example. They do the audio for the movie. Then they hire like a boom operator. They do all the audio engineering. There's guys that do their freelance, they're cinematographers. They do commercial work. That's all they do. That's all they get hired for. There's gaffers that I know. That's all they do. They're just gaffers. And it's like, so you don't necessarily have to be like a solo do-it-all type of person. I think it's harder these days to become that guy that's like an audio engineer, or that's like especially a cinematographer, or that's a gaffer. There's probably more of a need for gaffers these days. I feel like I always have a hard time finding gaffers when I need them. But in Utah, it's not a problem. But when I go out of state, like, except now I've got guys. Mostly I only go to California and New York when it's not COVID. Well, I actually went to California in June when it was COVID. But anyways, so I got guys now. Yeah, I don't know. Something you could do is you could also try and network. And, you know, because that was the advantage that I had when I went freelance, is that when I worked at the production company, I got to know a lot of people in like my city and surrounding cities that knew my abilities. And so when they heard like I was freelance, then they contacted me and they were like, I need you to edit this video. Could you edit that for me? Stuff like that. So when you're starting out as a freelancer, getting a network of people that know you and what you do and what you like to do is also, I think, important. That was kind of what I was known for. I was the editing guy. Like, oh, Dustin's editing this? Oh, okay. People got excited. I should show you some of the stuff I've edited. There's a few things on like YouTube. So this is what I was known for at the production company. A lot of the times these projects they didn't really have a clear plan on what they wanted the final video to be. So they would plan a shoot because they needed it. They needed the footage. They would shoot a bunch of things, and then they'd come to post and be like, yeah, there's a bunch of footage. Make something out of it. You know? So I was known for making something out of nothing, basically. Hey guys, enjoyed it. Tons of good stuff. And again, learned more about what I enjoy. Regards all. Hey, Bob. Everybody say bye to Bob. Love having you, man. Good luck with all the scuba stuff, all the YouTube stuff. And see you in the next stream, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate you being active in chat and just asking questions and just participating. I'm teaching a dive master course tomorrow. Gotta dive. I love it. If you ever come to Utah, you need to... Well, you probably don't really care. If you come to Utah, you should dive the crater in Midway. I think they're redoing it, though, now. I don't know if it's that cool. Might be kind of cool. I don't know. It's literally the only, like, dive thing I can think of that's cool in Utah. So, where was I? Yeah, freelance, production company. Those are the things. So now, corporate job. Now, I'll be back. Got some buddies that teach there. Okay. I love it. Yeah, maybe once COVID's a little less here, then you should come to Utah. Okay, so working a corporate job. Advantages and disadvantages. So advantages, security. That's probably the number one. Consistent paycheck. Yeah, that's a big one. Benefits. That's a big one. You have consistency, if that makes sense. You get to know, you get holidays, like all that kind of like stuff you get at like any job. You get a consistency, like it's 8 to 5, 9 to 5, whatever your job is. Yeah, you get maternity leave, all that stuff. You guys' maternity leave is way better, I think, in the UK. I'm lucky that I get it's paternity leave, I think, here. Sick pay. Yeah, you get sick pay. Big advantage. Yeah, consistency. You also kind of have an idea on what you're going to be working on every day. Like, yeah, it's kind of like same thing over and over again, right? Can be a disadvantage, though. Disadvantage not in the health benefits and stuff, but like the consistency. It can get repetitive. You can get burnt out faster, I think. You can definitely get burnt out being freelance or working for another company. Everybody experiences burnout, but I think you will get it more at a corporate job than at something else, because you kind of do the same thing over and over again, right? Unless you have a really good job. So a really good job and a really cool kind of like creative, like, or higher ups, people that are above you that give you the flexibility to kind of do what you want. But those are really hard to find. Those are really hard jobs to find because people don't quit those jobs, right? Disadvantage as well. A lot of the times, at least in my experience, I've only worked one corporate job, but it's kind of the same with like the working at the production company. There's people above you, like creative directors. There's even the CEO of the company, the, marketing director. There's even your probably manager. That there's a lot of basically people that will probably not like tear apart your video, but it's that they have a different goal that they're trying to achieve, and their vision of what the video should be may be different than yours. And so this was something I actually wanted to mention earlier in the stream. Something to learn early on in your career is to not take feedback personally, because it's not personal. Usually it can be. It's not personal though. It's that they have a specific goal in mind that they're trying to achieve. There might be legal stuff. I deal with a lot of that, is that we'll make a video and I literally have to go reshoot a video because something wasn't approved by legal or something sounds a little sketchy. And so it's like, we can't put that video out there because there's, we got to make sure that we don't say something that's not true or whatever. So I think that's also a big disadvantage with working a corporate job. There's probably jobs out there that exist where maybe, I think those types of jobs though that do exist where you have a lot more creative control won't pay as well. Money's not everything, but you want to make a living. And the nice thing though about working a corporate job is that if you like it enough, you can have that consistency, and hopefully your company doesn't care that you could go do some freelance. I'm fortunate enough that my company does. They encourage freelance because they want me to stay relevant, as long as I don't work for a company that competes directly with the company I work for. So I'm pretty fortunate. Although, because I work, guys, like my company the company I work for now got so busy after COVID hit. And so like, I didn't really have any time for freelance, obviously because also COVID, but like I've been cutting back on freelance as well because I just don't really have time. I want to put more effort into the YouTube channel and my streams and stuff like that. So anyways, trying to think of other ones. Yeah, the company I work for is pretty big though. And so it pays pretty good, but it's like, I don't have a ton of control over the videos. There are a lot of like social content, like 15-second, like 5 to 15-second pieces. I make those and usually they get approved with no changes. But you could sometimes get 10 versions into a video at a corporate job, and then they just can it. You do all that work. They just say, nope, we don't want to do we think it's not worth it anymore, or it's not relevant or whatever. So it can be kind of exhausting that way. That can be a disadvantage of working a corporate job. But again, that's your job. They're paying you to be there and to experiment like that. So, I don't know. That's kind of all the things I can think of. I don't know if anybody here is working a corporate job, but you can, yeah, if you guys have different experience and stuff like that, put them in chat. Or different opinions, different thoughts. Sick pay. I think it's 9 months for women here. 9 months, holy. In the UK, and 3 months for men because of equality. I mean, it's better than me. I think I only get like a month. And most companies don't even give you any leave. You have to take it out of your vacation or like your sick days. So I'm fortunate that I even have an opportunity to take some paternity leave when I actually have a kid. We don't have any kids yet. Yeah. So that's all I can think of, really. So yeah. Well, we'll see you guys later. Just kidding. Wow, that whole time I was talking about that stuff, we've had consistently... It looks like somebody dipped for a little bit. Or dipped out and came back, or and somebody else came in. But we've consistently had 11 viewers through that whole thing. Not bad. Yeah, I'm for sure gonna have to leave this. We are going up. We are. I remember when I would do streams when the channel was at like... Did I do a stream when the channel was at like 500 subscribers? I feel like I did a few streams when it was like when it was much smaller, and you were like the only one in here. Love, Lord, love. And by the way, if you're not a part of the channel, if you're watching, this is for... Sorry, I gotta say this because I think I'm gonna leave this video up. If you're watching the stream and you're while it's on the channel, like you weren't here while it's live, consider subscribing. I botched that. I don't have a script or anything this time. I can't do it. If you support, I've got it. If you support what I do, be sure to take 4. If you support what I do, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can be notified of future streams like this. We're even going to be bringing on people as well. I have plans to bring on people talking about like being a wedding videographer or running a business and being a freelance guy, or maybe I'll even bring in a corporate guy. I don't know. I guess I'm the corporate guy because I work a corporate job right now. I like the stream. It's really nice to hear opinions from you and Bruno. Thanks. Hey, no problem. Are you new to the channel, Potato? Or are you just new, like, the first time into the stream? Streams are pretty chill, usually. I try to keep them pretty chill. You gotta get to... The nice thing about the streams, too, is, like, you get to know me more personally and kind of, like, my personality. Because, yeah, like, it's not that you don't get to know my personality in the videos, but there's definitely... They're a lot the same. I have a process that I do. First time watching the stream, subbed a while back when I was looking at getting a Panasonic. That is what everybody says. I'll just let you know, I've got a video coming out hopefully this weekend. It'll be my 1-year review of the Panasonic S1H. Believe it or not, I've owned it for a year and almost 2 months now. But picked up the XT4 instead because of budget constraints. No! It's okay. I get it. I actually mentioned this in my upcoming video. Hopefully I'm not peeking when I get super close. Doesn't look like I am. I mentioned this in my video I'm releasing in like this weekend. If it were me, like if the S5, for example, existed before the S1H, I probably would have gotten the S5. But I have the S1H, so It's not going anywhere. It's mine. Okay, get away. We gotta leave it here. Right in the shot. Right there. I don't know if I like it there, but one day I'll be able to use the S1H. You could rent it. Lensrentals.com. Not sponsored or anything. I've used Lens Rentals when I can't get anything. Like at anything local. It can be pricey though. Because it looks like it's Lens Rentals. It looks like it can be, you know, like a decent price for something. But then they charge you more after you like check out. More than you think, I should say. So yeah, Lens Rentals, you could get an S1H. That's for 7 days. You don't need to do 7 days. Let's just say, like, I wanted to take it, like, all over the weekend. Return it on the 18th. $150. Still kind of expensive. I probably wouldn't pay that. What if you just wanted it for, like, a day? Oof. 1 day. Oh, there it is. Yeah, honestly, I would take it over the weekend. It's only like a $20 difference. What if I just went to Sunday? Nah, no, it's the same. In the UK, at least, it's cheaper to buy used once and sell as a used... Buy used once and sell as used 6 months later than renting it for 1 weekend only. Yeah, that's probably true, actually. True. If I had a nice big paying gig, I'll rent it out to try. Feels a little overpowered for me since I'm still rather small right now. Oh yeah, totally. And yeah, that's another important thing. Like we kind of talked about it earlier. Don't fall into the trap of like, I need to use something bigger and better than what I actually need. Like, I didn't necessarily need the S1H. That's why I would have considered getting the S5 over the S1H if it existed before then. But the S1H, 100%, because I had outgrown my A7 III, 100% took my portfolio to the next level, in my opinion. If you have the money sitting around, better off just buying now, sell later, than constantly hiring gear. The thing is, in the US, see that autofocus? In the US, I think this camera would be kind of difficult. Well, at least locally where I am. On eBay, I could sell it, but avoiding the fees and stuff like that. Anyways, I think it'd be hard to sell this camera if I wanted to sell it. I could sell it on eBay, but then I gotta pay all the fees. Ooh, by the way, I used this on the RS2, the Ronin RS2, DJI RS2, whatever it's called, R2S, RS2. I must be tired of something. That follow focus on the finger was nice. I liked it. I know people too, they want me to do a video on the DJI 3D follow focus, but I can't find one. They're impossible to find. They sell out in like 5 seconds. Yeah, more on the way. B&H. Does Adorama have it? On back order. B&H or Adorama. Amazon, pay double the price. No thanks. I asked if somebody had it locally too. No, at least on like a Facebook group, nobody responded to me. So I assume either nobody's willing to give it to me or lend it to me, or nobody has one. I don't think DJI has them either. We could talk about the DJI 3D follow focus too. Do they have them in the store? Nope. Out of stock. Darn. I could buy A7 III brand new for 100 to 200. Is that euros? Or is it pounds? More than what they sell as used. It costs like 70 to higher per day. Oh, dang. It's true, though. I actually sold my A7 III. I was very surprised how much I got for it. Because it was 2 years old. But yeah, I sold it for like, I think only like $500 from when I bought it. Sold it for $1,450. So $550 less. And it was 2 years old. I take really good care of my equipment, though. Except for this, apparently. I tripped. I take care of it, but I tripped, and you can even see it, an old battle scar. There it is. There's the battle scar. I don't know if you can see it. That was on my shoot in June. I can buy for $1,500 and then sell it for $13 after 1 year. Why would I hire it at 70 to 100 a day? It's true, though. No, that's a good point. I guess if you just don't have the cash and you don't have like a credit card or something to put it on, I could see it. Or like work out your pricing. So like if you know it costs that much, then when they hire, they're like, I need a, somebody with an A7 III. Like, all right, it's going to cost an extra $100. Or you could say it's cost an extra $150 and then pocket the money you make on that until you can buy your own. Big brain moves right there. That's true. I only rented stuff to try when I'm considering a purchase so far. That's pretty much the only time I have to, unless it's something like big, like anamorphic lenses. Oof. Or like some big lighting and stuff like that. Like some giant sky panels or something. I don't got the money for that. I just rent those. The second shooter dropped one of my cameras once. Ooh. Luckily, just the A6500. 18-105 kit. Lens mount was stuck. Handed on my camera. Camera was on apart from that, and lens mount side was good. Lots of bits on the back of the lens all over the floor. Camera was okay. Ooh. Man, I was super lucky. The thing was, I was using the camera like on my shoot. So I don't think I told it. I tripped while I was holding this camera, and I kind of just scraped it a little bit, but I fell like flat on my stomach just so I didn't like smash my camera into the ground. But I was on a shoot for like my job, and it's insured anyway, so it's not like it's a huge deal. But even they were like, you were on you were using your camera on our shoot. We would have paid for it too. Like, why'd you try and save the camera? You should have tried to save yourself, because I like scraped up my arms and my elbows and my knee. There was even a scrape like on my chest, and I was like, I don't know. That's not what went through my head. When I was tripping, falling towards the ground, I was thinking, save the camera. And it's dumb too, because yeah, I have insurance on it too, but and then I would have to deal with the insurance, and the insurance would probably go up, and yeah, I just don't want to deal with it. It's just there. It's mostly just there if somebody steals my gear. They can't steal it here though. There's motion detectors. Well, they could steal it, but they'd be terrified because the alarm would be going off. Ended up paying for it instead of involving insurance. Only cost me about $200 to fix the lens with Sony. About 20 parts they replaced on the camera. It was cheaper in the long one, and then insurance. Exactly. You you have insurance in case, like, so for example, one of my wedding videographer buddies, he's one that I want to bring on here because his stuff is amazing. And he's been doing weddings for like years. He's even the best of state. Like, he's best in my state. He gets that title like every year. I want to bring him on though sometime, but one time somebody snatched all of his gear. It was like 30 grand worth of stuff. Like 2 Canon 1DX Mark IIs, or maybe it was just one, but he had like 3 cameras in there, all of his lenses. Luckily, he had put the footage from the wedding on the memory card, on his SD cards, or no, CFast cards, in his pocket, so they didn't get the footage. But yeah, he had to deal with insurance and stuff. But like, man, feel bad. That's why you should get insurance when you can, because if somebody steals your gear, yeah, you're screwed. Actually, there's another YouTuber local to my area. He got his stuff stolen, didn't have insurance. Luckily, he got his stuff back, but like, man, it was just like, it was like all of his hard drives from his work. I don't know. I don't want to like rag on him. I don't know. I went to college with him, went to a university with him, but he had all of his client stuff, like unfinished projects, on, I don't know if it was just like one hard drive in his bag or on multiple hard drives, or if it was just like he had all of his backed up hard drives in his bag as well. But yeah, somebody busted his window, stole his camera gear, like a GH5, 1DX Mark II, 5D Mark III, like all of his Canon stuff, and his hard drives with all of his stuff. He didn't have insurance. He left that was another mistake. Don't ever leave a bag visible in your car. Put it in the trunk. Because I've also had a bag stolen a long time ago. It was my laptop and a hard drive in my backpack. It was just my school stuff. Hey, thanks whoever liked the stream, by the way. I think instinctively we'll all be like, my baby, no, and protect it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would only insurance if someone stole my whole bag, for example. For small claims, 150 costs you more to involve insurance. This premium goes up every year. Exactly. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Potato? So much gear stolen. Hey, thanks who liked the stream as well. Most insurers won't cover you if you leave it on the front in sight. Yeah, exactly. Wow, I'm surprised you're not dead yet. Usually 2 hours in is your max. I mean, it's only 10 o'clock here. You know what I should do? I should add a local time clock. I'm going to do that right now on stream. I think it's kind of interesting to see like my time, I guess. There it is. Wow, really? Mine is 12:12 a.m. Yeah, I think you're on the East Coast. Yeah, I think it's interesting to like see what time it is where I'm at. Where is it? Oh, wrong keyboard. I got 2 keyboards here. I got 2 computers. There it is. Put it down here. Maybe like right there in the corner. And then I gotta put it here. You can see the clock on my computer when I go here, so I'm not going to put it here. Cool. Now you know what time it is where I'm at. It's only 10:14. 11:12. So you're in the middle. 21st Studios. I don't know what else to talk about for this stream. What else should we talk about? I feel like we had a good conversation though. This has been a good... I need to do more streams like this where I don't just like come live and I'm just like, hey, let's talk about stuff, guys. Have an actual like discussion. I mean, I guess I did that during like the New Year's stream as well. It's getting cold down here. Yeah, we that stream we talked about cameras we wanted to see in 2021, but yeah, this stream has been very insightful, I think. Learned a lot. I'm super glad, Lord. I'm from the future. 1 p.m. the 9th. Whoa. Jan, where I'm at. Does that... Are you like on the other side of the globe? Are you in Japan or something? It's been a really good stream. Very insightful and chill. Love it. I love to hear it, actually. Yeah, please like give feedback to like things you would like to see on the stream. I'd love that. 5:15 a.m. Bruno, what are you doing? Hi, Jenna. Yeah, close. I'm from Singapore. Whoa. Close in terms of time zone. Yeah. Man, I can't believe my guess was right. I've been to Japan, so that's why I said Japan. Bruno is a champ. Yeah, no kidding. Why are you up so early? You working? Sleeping is overrated. That's the thing. I started the stream 2 hours ago. And he was okay. Well, I do kind of agree with him. I hate sleeping. This is why I get a lot done, because I stay up late at night. And mostly late at night, I'm going to be honest, guys. Mostly late at night, I'm just playing video games. But it's literally, a lot of the times, it's the only time I have time to escape and just do whatever I want. All content creators don't sleep, it seems. It's really true. Like, during the day, I work, right? I got my full-time job. And, like, my job's decently flexible. Like, if I need to run to the store real quick or something like that, I can. And I am working from home a lot of the time right now. But, like, when there's shoots and stuff that pop up, you know, I gotta go to work and I can't do anything. Can't run to the store or whatever when there's a shoot. So it's a good job in that aspect, but it's like I'm still working. I can't just like do whatever I want. Then at like 5 o'clock, a lot of the times, like, you know, I like do some house things, or I work out or whatever. And then like I'll work on freelance stuff a lot of the times, or I'll work on some of this YouTube stuff. I'll like write scripts during that time, or and this isn't every day, but it's a lot of days. And then and then it'll come around like 10 o'clock or so, and I'm just like, I just need to stop doing video stuff and just play video games. Video games is like my escape from like everything. Why do you hate sleeping though? Like, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. I love sleep, but I'm such a night owl. Like, I want to do all of the things at night. Like, if I didn't need to sleep right now, after this stream, I would go or after the stream, if I didn't need to sleep after the stream, I would go and I would film all the B-roll for my next video, and I would just stay up all night. I would finish the video and it would be ready to go tomorrow. But I know I need to sleep because I don't sleep. I'm not a morning person at all either. So like I have a hard time waking up in the morning. So I think that's another reason why I don't like going to sleep, because it means I have to wake up, and I hate waking up in the morning. Yeah, there's so much that I want to do. That's why I don't like to sleep. Feels like a waste of time to sleep. I don't know. Like it kind of does. I wish I didn't need to sleep. Like I could just be awake the whole time, or maybe I could live on less sleep. Let's put it that way. Because if you're sleeping only like 3 hours a day, that's not healthy. You gotta get at least, I think the average is like 6 hours of sleep, which is pretty much, I think I only get like 6 hours of sleep a night. With little to no work, COVID, sleeping patterns go really off. Sometimes I go to bed in the middle of the day and I wake up, oh, that actually makes more sense. I love my sleep. You know what, Eric? Nobody cares. I'm just kidding. I can only say that because I know him. I'd probably say it to one of you guys too. Eric's a scalper, guys. Is that what it's called? Scalper? He's the one that's buying all of the A7S IIIs and he's selling them for more. I'm just kidding. He's not doing that. That's what his escape is. Even though I probably should. I should sleep more than I do. RIP reseller. He's a reseller. And the 3080 graphics cards. Exactly. No, he told me he did it with the PS4s and the Xboxes. I did pick up one of those. Not going to lie. He didn't even want to keep it. He didn't even want to play video games. He just wanted to make money off it. Is there any gamers in here? Do you guys play video games? Am I the only one? Am I the only one that... I'll see myself out of this stream. No, you're always welcome here. Shady scalpers. Bruno plays. Bruno, what do you play? We're now just, we've answered the questions of the stream. Now we're just getting back. We're just talking about personal things. Rust, Age of Empires, PUBG. You still play PUBG? Used to play a lot of League of Legends and Overwatch until a while ago. How come? Are you just busy? Well, I guess, yeah. He got laid off. I want to go to Singapore, by the way. I think that's so cool that I have like a Singapore audience. I look at my let's just see, actually. I'm kind of curious now. I know I've got a lot popping up in India, like people that watch the channel. Most of it's the US right now, but Singapore is so cool. I'm a noob when it comes to video games. Lord. Hey, that's okay. You don't have to be... you can be a noob. I'm a noob at a lot of video games. YouTube Studio. Yeah, I got busy with work during... Oh, geez, 70-hour weeks. Yeah, you should come someday. I want to. Obviously, probably once COVID's a little more gone. Me and my wife want to go. We want to go to Iceland, too. I loved Japan, though. I went to Japan in 2014. Was it 2014? Yeah, 2014, I went to Japan. Love Japan. And drop by Malaysia, too, while you're at it. If you enjoy traveling for food. I love it. And I love, oh, yes, Japan. Japan is dope AF. Yeah, I really enjoyed Japan. I went with Ammon Wheats. No way! Great time. I didn't know you went with Ammon. Where was I? What the heck? I want to go back. I want to go back to Japan. Dude, and my Japan Yeah, Japan for the win. My Japan experience, we had zero plan. We only had our backpacks. We went in backpacks. We had no clue where we were going to stay. We went and stayed in capsule hotels the whole time. Oh, man. And we just went places. It was a good time. I was working in Japan last year. Supposed to return Japan April 2020, but COVID messed everything up. Dang it, dude. It stinks. I think it was 2016. Where was I in 2016? Was I married? No, I wasn't married. That was a year after I graduated. I don't know what I was doing. I probably didn't have the money. I was too busy paying for my condo and stuff. I feel like I may have been invited to that. I don't really remember. Audience. So it looks like, yeah, United States. Yeah, India. That is insane, man. I remember looking at this, and India was like my 5th most like popular like geographic audience. Now it's India, man. I love it. And then Germany after that, United Kingdom, France, Singapore. There you guys are, Singapore. You guys are pretty far down there. It's okay. Singapore's not as big as like United States and stuff, though. I find people from Japan fascinating. Their culture is really amazing. You don't see people there throwing garbage on the floor and stuff like that. Yeah, and like Japanese people are super nice. Like we were kind of like lost, and like some just random dude was like walked up to us and he's like, "Are you guys lost?" And this is my buddy who spoke Japanese. I know a little bit of Japanese, but I can't have a conversation with somebody that's Japanese. I kind of can, but not really. And yeah, he was like, "Yeah, we're kind of lost." And then he was like, "Here, let me help you." And he was like, "Yeah, we're looking for a capsule hotel that's a little more affordable." And he was like, "Oh, I know how to get one." And he went on his phone, found one, reserved it online for us because it's cheaper to reserve it online. And then we just went straight in and booked it. Like, so nice. There's no garbage, and there was no garbage, and there were no garbage cans. That's so true. Yeah, we're teeny tiny. Yeah, Singapore is tiny. They're great people, but honestly, only until you start working with them. So I do know that the work culture in Japan, though, is like, you don't leave work until your boss leaves work. I guess that they can be more demanding at work. Never been there. I guess they take their rubbish home. Sometimes, yeah, and a little rigid at times. They never directly tell you negative things, so you gotta infer from there. Maybe as no. So they're very kind of passive. They're not as direct or blunt. Yeah, the overwork thing. My colleagues worked till 3 a.m. My manager ended up in the hospital from overwork. Yeah, see, that's a big problem. That's why I wouldn't survive in Japan. Right at 5 o'clock, I'm gone. Get me out of here. I'm a workaholic. Like when I was freelance, worked all the time, right? But yeah, I work there are times that I have to work longer hours, obviously. Yeah, it happens. But like on normal days, right at 5 o'clock, I'm gone. My boss is there. That's fine. I'm gone. Is it Japan where many people don't even take their holidays? It was a doc I've seen where people feel pressured to work extra unpaid hours and skip holidays if they're behind schedule. I could honestly see that as well. Not pressured, but expected. Yeah. I could 100% see that. Even in Singapore, it's hard to take long holidays. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like an Asian culture thing. Am I right? Like a lot of Chinese like a lot of the Asian markets are that way. Eric knows. Japan has crazy work culture. Like anything more than a week is really hard to get approval. Jeez. They have a word for death by work. What? What's the word? That kind of an Asian culture. Yeah, America is like everybody wants to be their own boss and make lots of money. I'm one of them. Okay. I'll admit. Karoshi. Right? Karoshi. Or is it Karosh? No, I think it's Karoshi. Karoshi. Karoshi? Potato knows it. We don't need Eric. Eric, you can take your... You can see yourself out. Just kidding. Hi. Hi. In China, men work all their lives to get a house because there's fewer women. So if you're a male and don't have a house, plus a nice job, you have 0 chances on dating. Yeah, that's right, too. The dating culture is way different, too. I actually had a Chinese roommate my first year. FML. Yeah, I had a Chinese roommate. Chow. That was his name. He was a funny kid. He didn't speak English very well, but yeah. Chow Wang. Eric, you knew him. I forgot. Chow. I wonder what Chow's up to these days. I think he's in school or something. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. He hasn't posted since 2018, so. I just realized. Guess what his picture is? His picture is him, you, and oh gosh. What was the girl you dated before your wife? But it's her. That's his profile picture. What the heck? It was in 2012. Nebro had him over dinner at my apartment. Sorry, guys. We're getting like into my personal life. In my personal past life. That's funny. Looks like he lives in California. At least last time. Frills gotta check it out. Go check it out. Oh, that's hilarious. So I'm curious your guys' opinion. Maybe it doesn't really matter. There's not a ton of people here, but what's your opinion on the time I should post the videos? When the channel was a little smaller, we're still small, but now I feel like, is there a need for me to post the videos like on a specific time? I can't guarantee the day, but I could say like, if there is a video, I'll post it at like, well, my time would be like 9 a.m. or like 10 a.m. or something like that. Would it be good for me to always post at a consistent time every day? Well, not every day, but when a video is ready, or should I just post it whenever? Anybody have any thoughts, questions, concerns? Honestly, the time doesn't quite matter for me when I've got notifications turned on. I usually watch some stuff in the mornings and evenings. Yeah, and it's going to be different for everybody too. So if you have viewers all over the world, time is irrelevant. Yeah, I guess. But then you can expect it to be there. Like, say, for example, it's 5 o'clock here, and that's when I post, 5 p.m. But maybe it's like 10 a.m. where you are. You could expect there could be a video at 10 a.m. every day, even though it's 5 p.m. my time or whatever. But I think if you have a large demographic in an area, maybe it might be good to cater for them. I'm not sure. Actually, that's a good point. Most of my audience is in the US right now. But I honestly feel like more people come into my streams and comment not in the US. I could be wrong. Let's see. Yeah, 28% is United States. Yeah, and India. Crazy, man. India is blowing up, that country. For doing live content podcasts, for normal videos, doesn't matter. I think for like a podcast, like I was saying, I want to bring Tyler on here and talk to him. I'm gonna do like a premiere. So like I'm gonna set a day and time when we're gonna do a podcast / stream, and then I'll set it as a premiere. So then there's plenty of time, like even 2 videos or maybe a video will come out before the stream. So then people see it and they can, make time, or they'll just, be ready to be there if they can, to ask questions or just be a part of the stream. So, but those for sure I will leave on the channel as well. Yep. Well, it's only 10:30 and I'm yawning. I actually am tired. I've stayed up late almost every day this week, so it's possible that I'll go to bed. I remember I used to, on the streams, I would edit videos as well. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. I think posting time doesn't matter for me too. I got the notifications turned on. Podcast in mornings will be nice over a coffee. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, it's just hard when, everybody is at different time zones, Okay, I gotta go now. It's been really nice. Looking forward to your future streams and content. Hey, Potato, I appreciate you. Fun fact, potatoes are one of my favorite foods. So I'm glad you're a professional, Potato, because I love my potatoes. Oh yes, things like editing workflow or even pre-production workflow sounds interesting. Yeah, I used to kind of do them. I don't know. I kind of just like talking to camera more. But anyways, hey, appreciate you, Potato, being here. Appreciate the participation. And yeah, asking questions and just being a part of the community. I don't know how to say it. Gradin. That's a potato, right? Those are good potatoes, actually. Now we're talking about food. Yeah, those are fancy potatoes. I do love those potatoes, though. Like, look at this. This is so off topic. Look at this potatoes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It looks so good. Look at that one. Look at that one. So good. Sorry, back on topic. Planning on doing full wedding video photography guide. Not just behind the scenes of shooting a wedding, the whole process from meeting clients for consultation, research, location planning, shooting, etc. That would be actually awesome. I'm just AFKing in my 47 long Dota game board. What a legend. Gotta play Han instead. Yeah, right? Guys, I love potatoes. Han is so dead in normal mode games. Haven't played in years. Yeah, Tanner always is like, comes into my Twitch streams and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go play solo Han Mid Wars. I'm like, how do you still play that game? Apparently it's still fun. It's not fun to me. That train expired a long time ago. Playing with Kess. Oh, okay. I only play Han with pals. I guess it's more fun when you play with friends. Dude, I've been trying to find more friends to play with, like, play games with. Like, that are willing to put the time to play games. Because, yeah, like Trevor, for example. Sorry, guys, I'm just chatting with some people that I grew up with. Like Trevor and stuff. They like play, but they don't play as much as me. Trying to think who else. Elliot, he kind of plays, but he only wants to play Halo, and I only can play so much Halo. When Halo Infinite comes out, I'll be playing a lot of that game. But I think we've kind of reached a point where it's like, it's time to end the stream, so we're just chatting now. It's nice, but yeah, I feel like for people watching, puppies, can hear my dogs too, so causing trouble. But yeah, I think we've kind of reached a point where people who are watching the stream, not live, are going to be like, all right, is there any more good stuff in here? So I think I should probably just end it. And no, probably not going to play video games tonight. Don't really feel like playing tonight. Yep. No, you're fine. Sorry, guys. Talking to my wife. Oh, by the way, Eric, my wife says hi. She's never met you, but she'd love to meet you. Play some music and dance. Will be fun. I don't have the greatest dance moves. Can be a new tradition on how you end streams. When will you do next live Q&A session? I try to do them at least once a month, but this year I've really committed on trying. This year I'm committing more time to do more content on this channel. So I'm hoping that I can do more than just one live stream a month. Maybe like 3 or 4, maybe once a week. I don't know if you guys like them, maybe like a lot, maybe I'll do them once a week. Some of the time it may just be us chilling and chatting, or maybe every other week. Maybe that would be more reasonable for me, because yeah, I don't want to just oversaturate the YouTube channel with just live streams, because yeah, I would rather have a good mix of like content plus YouTube channel content plus live streams. So that way people stay until the end. Love emoji for twerking, Dustin. I can't twerk, man. You kidding me? My wife's a ballroom dancer. She can do it. No, she's shy. She doesn't want to come on stream. I know the next stream topic. I was actually hoping... I'm going to talk to Tyler. I'm going to see how busy he is. I'm hoping that next stream I could bring Tyler on. Maybe next stream topic. We could talk about... I don't know. Do you guys have suggestions? That's actually a good thing. End of the stream, I could maybe think of... We could all come up with the next kind of topic to talk about. Yeah, I think I won't worry about Tyler. Tyler will just... when he has time, he's super busy right now. When he has time, maybe we'll talk about... that will just pop up. It'll just pop up on the channel sometime. And you'll see it. I'm going to do a premiere of like when the stream is happening. I think if you make 2 Q&A sessions discussing sharing challenges or critiquing on one of your difficult video or productions, etc. Maybe a live critique of your viewers' work. That actually may not be a bad idea to do a premiere of that as well. We could do a live critique. I mean, it's only my opinion. I don't know if I'm the best critique, but I would love to critique your guys' work. That requires you to check they have licensed music, etc. I mean, I can do it. I just won't post the video on the channel after. So, yeah, we can still watch the content. You just won't... I'll just make the what's it called? Up front, let you guys know that the stream is going to go away after it's done. Ow. Yo, Gucci Cal, what's up, man? Hey, by the way, Gucci Cal is somebody that is from the Twitch stream. So, there's links down in the description if you want to join me on Twitch. Again, they're kind of similar format, a similar look. It's just a little bit different because I'm doing, you know, I'm escaping, essentially. I'm playing video games. We're also chatting just like this sometimes. Occasionally, I'll also edit a video. So there's links down in the description if you want to follow me on Twitch as well. So, or if you just want to, you just like video games too. We can share a common hobby. So, oh my gosh! Speaking of which, we can't end the stream yet. Chris McLean is here. Chris McLean Films, everybody. So Chris, everybody, he is the wedding videographer that I want to bring on stream sometime. Everybody needs to go check out Chris's stuff on his YouTube channel. Heck yeah. He knows. Hey, Chris, and if you want to give me those Apple headphones, you know, I mean, I won't tell anybody. Enter the giveaway. Oh, I entered. Don't worry. Yeah, so as far as like the future of the stream too, guys, I 100% want to bring on more people, not just like video people, but like, you know, people locally as well. Thanks, Dustin. Maybe also even discussing your challenges too. No, 100%. I could maybe bring up a video like I've done in the past, and I can tell you, you know, how that video came, like the whole process, almost like a commentary, like the video. I just looked and I've been following you on Twitch for a year and a month. What a legend. I feel like it's been longer. I feel like it has been too. I thought you started following like a year and 5 months ago, something like that. That sounds more right. Oh yeah, since I changed my name. Yeah. Yeah, so I think next week we'll do a critiquing. We'll see how it goes. Let's do a critiquing your work one. I'm going to set a premiere for it. Maybe on like a Sunday. I think a Sunday will be a good... Oh, I got to talk a little bit quieter. My wife's trying to go to bed. Maybe on like a Sunday, we'll do a critiquing your work video. Maybe I'll try and find like the best time as well to stream that's like kind of caters to the most people, if that makes sense. My top 5 like areas of where people are. You need to help me set up my live stream setup too. You're the man, bro. I'm headed back to film in Florida tomorrow. Let's get together soon. No, I need to give you your film from your wedding video too. And I can 100% come help you set up your live stream. I would love to, actually. Yeah, I need to give you... I have the footage. I have it backed up in like 5 different places because I'm afraid that it's going to get corrupted or something. I need to pay you for it first. Hey, that's true. There's no rush, though. Guys, Chris was the one that did my wedding video, too. Well, we kind of tag teamed the editing, but... yeah, he filmed my wedding. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to figure out good time to do the stream. We'll do a judging. We'll do a... judging. We'll do a... one about... what's it called? We'll do one about... yeah, content. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Poll. Do a poll? Critiquing your work. That's what I was trying to say. We'll do a critiquing your work video live stream next. I have a question. Gucci Cal, what's your question? I think you can do a poll somehow. Add stream marker. Create highlight video. Insert ad. We don't want to insert an ad. If you're watching it not live, though, you may get ads. Just an FYI. When COVID is better, would you have interest in going to Canada? Like, just for fun? 100%. I want to go to Canada. I want to go a lot of places. I haven't been a ton of places, guys. I was very lucky, though. I got to go to Italy before COVID. It's like 3 months before COVID. Yeah, for fun. 100%. No, I 100% want to go to Canada. I want to go to Iceland. That's what me and my wife are really trying to go. Cool, sounds good. Vancouver is waiting. Oh, I totally forgot. Hello from Vancouver. Yeah. Cool, sounds good. Vancouver is waiting. I love it. There's a lot of like I feel like Canada's like got a lot of like creators out there, you know? Yeah, I'm from Vancouver too. Oh, we got 2 Vancouver people out here. Yeah, anyways. Love the ideas, everybody. 100, honestly, have loved this stream. This has been an awesome stream, you guys. Linus Tech Tips is from here as well. Yeah, exactly. I'm Dustin Camera Tips, so just kidding. No, I'm your video tour guide. And anyways, loved everybody being here. I very much appreciate like the participation and everybody just hanging out. We got Bruno over here staying up till you know, staying up till now it's like 6 a.m. for him just to watch the stream, participate. 5:53, yeah. This is great. Thanks for the advice. You are welcome, Lord. And this has been a good topic. I think I'm glad that I did it. I didn't really know what I knew I wanted to stream today, but I didn't really know what I wanted the topic to be about. And I do want to I'm going to make a video on this in particular about the advantages and disadvantages of both and have it be more thought out. So stay tuned for that. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I have plans to make a video like this. This is going to be selling $30 water bottles one day. Actually, I've got something else in the works that I think is going to be a lot cooler than water bottles. So I've been working on something since like September. But it's going to take a while. And I don't want to be that guy that under delivers. I think it's really cool and it's very applicable to you guys. If I wanted to put out shirts and merch, I actually literally have. I've kind of tried it. You see here, this was a prototype. I have giant mouse pads I could sell if you wanted to buy those with my logo on them, but I don't. And then the logo's in the middle. This was a test and it cut it off, and I was kind of sad, but yeah, I could do shirts too and everything, but I know I don't want to give you guys something that's not that cool, I guess is the word. I had a video idea. You should do phone camera tips. You know, I would, and maybe one day I will, but I feel like kind of the bigger YouTubers, they kind of just, you know, they kind of own that space because they get the sponsorships for like doing like, they get like the new phone that comes out and then they compare it to like their Red or something like that. And it's like Red camera versus that phone. And then I don't know, but I guess I could do like tips on like how to film a YouTube video using only your phone. And I only use the phone for that video or something like that. That might be kind of cool. Anamorphic lenses. The single rider. No. I wish. That'd be sick. Daz.com. Dustin Armstrong store. Daz.com. I love it. Love those things. I have a 140 centimeter long one. Yeah, right? These... I want one that's even bigger than this. Like, this is a big one, but I want it to be like, woof, boom. Like, cover the whole desk. Should have gotten some wormhole merch. Ooh. No, it's Musclehawk merch now. LTT, iPhone Do, etc. Get all the merch. It's a niche type of YouTuber that gets that. Yeah, exactly. Or only taking pictures with your Tesla. Only taking pictures of with my car. Should be whole desk. Yeah. With the camera on the front. And the cameras all around it. A 360 video with the Tesla or something like that. With the Model 3. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I drive a Model 3. I've owned it for like 2.5 years. That'd be so cool. So that's what Gucci Cal's talking about. Full filmment directed and shot with your never leaving the car in one seating. Actually, no, like stuff like that. I do want to make stuff like that where it's like a short film, but like it's creative in the way that it was like shot or something like that. Like it's got a full on story and it's like actually good. And it's shot in like one room, you know, something like that. Stuff like that would be cool. And edited inside the car too while it's driving. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, but no, that it's still in the works. It's pretty cool. I don't want to give away too much because yeah, like I said, I don't want to give away too much info about it and under deliver. I guess I don't want to hype it too much. So, but it should be pretty cool. It has to do with camera stuff. I will say it's not. It's like merch, but it's camera stuff. It's in the works. We'll see if it even happens, but it takes a long time because I don't really know what I'm doing. So I don't know if I was supposed to say that. If not, it was my bad. Oh no, it's fine. I don't care if you guys know what I drive. I drive a Tesla. I bought it with my own hard-earned money before I became a big YouTuber. If I ever reached like 1 million subscribers or something. Drive an EV2. It's the future, 100%. I agree. And yeah, I have no intention on selling the car. The story of the Tesla, let me tell you guys. I'll tell you the short version of the Tesla story. I was young. I was single. I didn't really have a lot of financial responsibilities. My car was paid off. And I was like, the Model 3 pre-order came up and I was like, it's probably not going to be available for like 2 years. I could probably afford it in 2 years. Yeah, why not? I'll start saving for it now. So yeah, or it was supposed to be available in like a year, but it took them 2.5 years. 2.5 years later, yeah, I'm engaged. I own a house. Not the best financial decision, but somehow I was able to make it work. And yeah, now I drive the Tesla. Countries that are taking it seriously will be leaders in the future. In Norway last month, 87% of new cars sold were EVs. Wow. Is the Cybertruck next? Probably not. My wife won't let me buy it. I always tease her about it because she hates it. I was like, so when we sell the Tesla and get the Model 3 and we get the Cybertruck. I mean, I have my application, but no license. I think the Cybertruck's pretty cool, but anyways, we're getting off topic again. But yeah, 100%. I think the future is EVs. I love even if it wasn't like a Tesla, driving an electric car, I think is a much better experience than a gas car, in my opinion, though. 7.7% EV, 20% VEV, 5.5% hybrid, 4.8% diesel, 2.7% gas. Wow. That is actually insane. Anyways, with that note, I said it again. I'll say it again. Appreciate all the participation. Appreciate you guys hanging out for the stream. And yeah, expect a video in a few days. And I will be leaving this stream up. So if you are watching the stream later, if you support what I do, be sure to consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified of future uploads and future streams. And expect some streams to be premiered a few weeks early, so you know when to make some time or when you'd be able to tune in for that. So anyways, guys, appreciate it again. And in the meantime, though, until the next stream, happy filming. Morning from Germany. Oh, Leo, you just missed us. I'm sorry. I'm leaving the stream up, though, Leo, so feel free to rewatch it. But hey, appreciate you being here. Good morning to you. As you can see, it's night for me. But anyways, again, till the next stream, happy filming.